What's up YouTube? Today, I'm going to be bringing you guys some very simple ways to improve on console and PC in Overwatch 2. If any of these help you, please consider liking the video or even subscribing. But furthermore, I hope these tips or advice, however you choose to take this, help you. Alright, so the first thing I have for you guys to improve is consistency. All good players and have consistency. Now you might be wondering how to build consistency, and for that there are a lot of ways, like playing the game consistently. And by that you should not be just playing one game a day, you should be playing enough games where you get into a lot of different experiences. And if you want to get consistent at a specific thing, like a certain hero or heroes, there is no need to just be not focusing on that thing or playing a different hero every game, because that will not make you consistent. The next thing I have can also go with the consistency, but I feel like it is very important, so I want to touch on it on its own, and that is to stop changing your sensitivity. For some people, there is a perfect sensitivity, and for some people, there is not, so sometimes you just need to use what you feel like you can use and make work. The worst thing to do with your sensitivity is to not have a good game, then change it, and have a good game, then keep it, and judge your sensitivity based on that. Also, if you stop changing your sensitivity a lot, you will be more of a consistent player. Your aim will be better, because you will understand your sensitivity more, and your brain will understand it more. You will understand the micro adjustments you have to make to do things like track and flick. I don't change my sensitivity a lot, and if I do, it's just minor tweaks to it, or changes to the dead zone, and if I do change it a lot, I give myself time to get used to it. So the third thing is just don't be too broad when it comes to improving. You don't need to be trying to improve at too many skills like aim, positioning, a new hero, and a different role. If you want to improve at a good rate, you should only be focusing at one thing at a time, like positioning. Then after you have felt like you have gotten to where you want to be with that, you can move on to the next thing. This way you can really get good at a lot of things instead of being decent or mid at a lot of things. This also goes for characters, especially if you are a new player. You don't need to be maining or trying to learn 5 heroes at once. If you focus on 2 or 3 heroes that you really want to play and learn them one at a time, you will be more consistent, and you will be better at those 3 heroes than be mid at 5. The next tip I have for you guys to improve is to not be on autopilot when you play. Especially if you are playing in ranked, when you're not thinking about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and just what's going on in the game, and just going through the motions of the game, you're not going to improve, and that is autopilot. You are just letting your muscle memory do all the work. You need to be actively thinking about everything going on in the game, like why they made a switch, where do I need to rotate to, and even how do I need to position myself to avoid this ultimate. An example of autopilot is just running through main with your team and dying every time, and not try to think of any ways to get through, like taking off angles. When you start asking yourself questions about what's going on in the game and actually using your brain, you will be more focused, and you will be learning new things, understanding more about the game you're in, and just Overwatch in general, and you just improve at getting smarter when it comes to Overwatch. The last thing I have, and arguably one of the most important out of these 5, if not the most important, is to just have fun and have a good mindset. You will not improve if you are just mad and not having fun while playing. And when it comes to mindset, just try to have a good and positive mindset. If you have a negative one, you will tilt so much easier, and yes, you will tilt if you lose 3 ranked games in a row, and yes, I'm going to say if you will lose games because of your teammates. Not every game is your fault. Some games you will lose because you have a one-trick Doom or Mercy and Zen, or even because you have that one Reaper that is 8 and 14. But there will also be games you will just lose because the enemy team has a cheater, or your team has a lever, and my point is, for the games that you honestly knew you were going to lose from the start or early on, there is no point to tilt. So that's all I have for this video. But also thank you guys so much for 800. It's crazy to think I'm less than 100 away from 1,000 subscribers. But if this video did help you, please consider subscribing to get us closer to that 1,000. But anyways, have a good rest of your day.